guys, what's up and welcome to Young Titan World. That was odd, but I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Hey guys, what is up? I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I hope everyone is doing well. If you're not strong enough, I pray that you have the strength to go through your day. I don't know, it's horrible for you or it's incredible, but whichever it is, I just pray for the heart for it. Sometimes some people could be a little bit overexcited and they can lose their lives because they were overexcited. So, just the right tools for the right job. Now let's get into it. Let's go into a review. A summation, if you will. Finally, after days and weeks, close to months though. I mean, I did start the Friends TV show back when I was in July. So yes, we're a long way away from the day that we started watching the Friends TV show. Time has passed. Year after year, we found ourselves breaking away from it, then coming back, then breaking away from it. I could remember that I wasn't able to go past the point of season 3, and I did it this time. I broke away from season 3, got to season 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And apparently there is a reunion that I have to watch too. So even though I am done, I am not yet done. Ain't that a bitch? Anyways, let's talk about it. Friends, season 1 to 10. Now, I've hated the dynamic that came with this TV show where Ross and Rachel constantly kept going in and out and in and out. It was always because of these stupid reasons. We were on a break. I'm getting married to somebody else. I've moved on, haven't you? It just kept annoying me so much so that I never wanted to have to deal with a single relationship talk between those two, because I knew every time that they were gonna have that talk, there was gonna be a complication that made no fucking sense. Because if you guys really did like each other like you say you do, you would probably move past all those ridiculous things instead of keeping each other apart, trying to move on with your life, get into a marriage, get out of the marriage because one of you is not over the other, and it's always the same kind of argument over and over again. I swear to God, Ross tried to pull that same shit even in season 10, where he was trying to make a joke about being on a break. If they wanted to stretch out that butter even more, they'll probably use that as a reason for them to break up again. But that's not what we're talking about, is it? We're talking about the amalgamation of all of this. Why would you want to watch Friends? Well, Joey's adorable. He's dumb as fuck, but he's adorable. And he's always trying to look out for his friends, which I think is a quality that we find in very low regard in the world today. Now, you can see a lot of people around having friends, but none of those friends are like friends. Just not on the same level at least. And so it's great to see how that works out when there is perfect friendship, where you can argue it out and still come back to the plane of still liking each other and always being there for each other. And it kind of makes sense to me. I loved Friends, okay? Yes, apart from the annoying factoids about each and every single person in that TV show, where we come to Chandler, he makes too many jokes, or he just, I don't know. They keep switching him from being weird to being okay with romance, to being weird again, to being awkward with romance. I feel as if it's always the script being changed to suit the character. Although Phoebe is always considered as the weird one, and we don't really have to think much into it because, if she's the weird one, there is nothing that she is incapable of doing. They always say she has a temper. I'm like, she's the sweetest person in the show. And then she has a temper. I'm like, okay, she's weird, so she can do that sort of stuff. But Ross, I mean, like Ross is supposed to be the geeky guy that somehow makes it with the ladies, gets married and divorced, and I guess he sabotages himself at some point. So I guess one could say that that's just ridiculous. Anyways, it's not about that. It's about how much you could learn from watching the Friends TV show. Now, yes, I've heard it from friends, I've heard it from colleagues. Why would you want to watch 10 seasons of a show that doesn't really have any stakes? All right? Nobody dies. And even if they do, they're not that important of a character. I mean, I was a little bit sad when Estelle was gone. She seemed quite a perky character, and I really liked her. But the fact that they took out Estelle really broke my heart. But probably not for the entire world, because she barely comes on. She's not like always there. She's not a main character, so can't force them. But there are no stakes to the Friends TV show. So having to rely on the humor and the attitudes of each character and relying on the relationships that they get themselves into, I would say on one end, it can be a little bit boring and repetitive for each and every one of them. So it's not exactly the best thing in the world to keep yourself tied to a 10-season show, you know? It just, unless of course you love them so much, you're willing to absorb each and every one of their pitfalls and, you know, backslides. So it's kind of like always up to you to make a decision. But, I mean, in any case, you're still the master of all you survey. If you choose Friends, you're not choosing a bad decision, but you're going to have to be consistent with your love for them, regardless of how sucky an episode might be or confusing an episode might be. I finished it, you know, and I believed that I was done. You know, when I finished these 10 seasons, I felt like I never wanted to touch another Friends episode again. Hear me out. When I'm done with, you know, a show that I really like, I'm somehow fiending for another season, even if they've canceled the show and they're not going to show it anymore. I still have a feeling that I want to watch a continuation of that particular thing. But not with these guys, though. I mean, 10 seasons in, I would be angry if I saw another season. And if I go search the web right now and realize that there is a season 11, I will not touch that shit. I literally will not. I remember watching Teen Wolf, and it broke me that I thought that there were only 3 seasons into it. But apparently there's a 4th, and I've never mustered the courage since 2020 to continue it. Which is weird, because, you know, I'm not supposed to hold any grudges against TV shows, no less. Anyways, it's kind of clear to me that the kind of show that we're watching has a lot of advice to give people who are in relationships, and kind of like they give you a simulation of what it would be like if you take certain roads. Obviously, you're not surrounded by the same kind of egg-headed characters as there are in the Friends show, but you're still surrounded with people who might have similar, if not exact, reactions to the way you live your life. So in one beautiful sentence, it could happen that way. It could happen that way. But that's not something we need to worry ourselves about now. All I'm saying is that if you have watched Friends, I would like to know what you thought about all the seasons. I mean, I'm putting all my thoughts on the entire thing like into one blender. Season 1, season 2, because season 1, everyone looks cool. Season 10, everyone is old and they're trying to look young, which sometimes says a lot of things for people. So it's not like it's on the same level, and it's not like it's on the same kind of slope. So it might not be on the same level as all, which makes so much sense, doesn't it? Probably not the way that you'd be thinking. But it's never the same, is it? It's never the same. However, I like to say that it's quite a learning curve to appreciate their kind of drama. It's just that the actors sometimes are so committed. I mean, sometimes I can see it when they are trying to hold in a laugh. And I don't know how the dynamics work with the Friends show, but if there is truly a crowd on set, or like a bunch of people sitting in the background watching them live, it kind of seems to me like that is a lot of pressure. You know, like being on set and having people watch you apart from the director. I would say that that's incredible. But if that's not the case, then they did well. Sometimes you could see the acting. Sometimes you couldn't. So it's all, weird. Oh, yes. I want to go try it. Hey guys, what's up and welcome to Young Titan World. Today we're going to be talking about Friends. I did watch 10 full seasons of these incredible people who spent their lives for a TV show. Now, Friends is probably one of the longest standing TV series that have hit the entertainment industry. And obviously, in terms of how funny and how well done they are, I'd have to say that they have come a long way from just being a ridiculous show about friends. A little bit on the nose, but you understand the full picture. Now, Chandler, Joey, Rachel, Ross, and Phoebe, they were so good. I think the character that I loved the most was Phoebe, because she was so unpredictable, moving from the careless, happy-go-lucky kind of girl to the very morbid, dark, dreadful past that would scar any person for life if they ever had her childhood, if they ever had her history. But we're not talking about how wholesome or how powerful her mindset is. We're going to talk about Ross, because Ross seems to me like the most annoying character out of all of the 5, okay? I don't care what you're gonna say. Oh my god, I forgot Monica. Sorry, Monica. You're always gonna be my first love. At least, second to only Rachel. And that's only because she's hot, It's not because she cleans and cooks. You actually cook and clean. And you like doing that, which is kind of like a stereotype, isn't it? Let's just move on. All right, Ross. First time that we meet Ross, he's going through a divorce with a woman that he married, but then found out that she does not kick it the way he thought she did. He thought she liked sticks, but no, she loved hoes. And only a specific variety of this hose actually enticed her. Now, considering how much we know about Ross, I guess we don't have to talk deeply about how disturbing it was to know that a person has to go through a divorce whilst in fact being the father of a child. A lot of people can talk about it. I wouldn't say that the world is made up of only people that have had relationships, but also people who've had breakups, people who've lost their so-called loved ones, people who thought that they were going to be together forever, but it turns out that's not the case anymore, because I don't love you, or I swing a different way. Ross, yes, I get it. Ross is obviously a great part about that, but most of the time he's annoying. He's annoying because of the whining. He's annoying because of the way he treats everyone. I'm not saying that because of the nerdy side. You know, I honestly don't even think of him as the nerdy guy. I just think of him as the drone. Always droning on about something and always being miserable because a girl doesn't like him back. It's kind of like the thing that I never want to be. You know, the one that's always fiending after a girl, always chasing after, being desperate, being so fucking desperate every single time. It is menacing and it drives me crazy. Ross, bruv, I get that you want to live the rest of your life feeling happy that you married the person that you truly loved. But dude, you gotta crank it down a notch, man. You can't always be firing all your guns. I don't know, man. I guess the main reason why I hate or I detest Ross's actions so much is because I feel like him. The nice guy who's always hoping for the best. Looking beyond the fact that a person might not feel the same way as he does. Sacrificing a lot for the sake of that specific person, but not able to stand up for themselves when the word matters. Yes, you can talk about the times where he's like, no, I want this, I want that. No, that's not really common, okay? It's only the times where he's pushed to the wall so many times, and just that one moment he sparks. It's like, yeah, finally. And then he just dims down again, and it's like, oh, fuck. Why did we even cheer him? That wasn't even lasting like a whole episode. That died down so quickly. Anyways, Ross was my least favorite person. The least favorite person out of the entire gang. And I have my reasons. And I'm sure you probably have your reasons for either hating or liking him. I didn't like him at all. Even moments where you're supposed to say that he did something cool, I still don't like him. And even though I say this, before I end this, I want to say they were on a break. All right? Not only that, but Rachel suggested it. You know, he was thinking of getting ice cream. The dude was trying to get ice cream. You know, just not talk about it. That was his plan, to refigure shit out. You know, not have to go into an argument, but just go get some ice cream. But what did the girl say on a break? We were on a break. I don't know. Oh, when you say break sounds like breakup to me. So, please, if you're gonna come at my boy for that, I'm gonna have to hold you up right there. Hold it right there. Okay? It's quite literally no reason to go up that alley. Anyways, thank you, and you guys have an amazing day. Bye. Hey guys, what's up and welcome to Young Titan World. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. If you don't, I hope you have the strength to go through your regular day. Now, I'm gonna cut you the bullshit and get you right to what I want to talk about. And that's friends. Not all the friends. I think yesterday we covered what Ross felt like to me. And now we're going to talk about the ever charming Joey. Now, I know everyone's character either grew more leaner or older. His particular character grew a little bit buffer, bigger, which I don't know, kind of makes sense. He works that way. He works better that way. Anyways, Joey was one of the characters that I could fall onto for some good old stupid guy humor. What do I mean by said stupid guy humor? It's when the guy is so dumb that he doesn't know what's going on, and so it takes him a little bit longer to figure things out. You know, he says things that are wrong, he does things in the wrong way, all because he has a lower IQ than everyone else in the room. And I don't know, sometimes I can't help but feel that way. You know, when you try as much as possible to say something smart and then it comes out as a complete ass of a sentence, or it does not really come out the way that you imagined it to, or you just flat out don't know what you're talking about, but you're still talking anyway. Yeah, so most of the times I really do relate to him on that part and that part alone. The rest is non-existent, I can tell you that, because I am not a hit with the ladies, and I'm pretty sure that I have been this way ever since school. So thank you, school. Not that you scarred me for life or anything, but you really made me the man I am today. I mean, yeah, I had to graduate a couple of colleges, get a couple of degrees, but yeah, it's all to your benefit, isn't it? Anyways, Joey's a character that might be a little bit more relatable. He goes through a lot of stuff that a lot of people can vibe with. You know, for example, he had a stage where he didn't really have any cash. I mean, technically, everyone had that stage except for Ross. Ross was loaded no matter what happened or no matter what season we're in. It had nothing to do with the fact that he got a job. His parents were so supportive. So it really made it so easy for him to like be the person that they always wanted him to be. I'm just telling you, he had the most chill life with no problems attached. Well, we're not talking about Ross right now. We're talking about Joey. I mean, what else can I say about Joey? He wasn't exactly the most role model. He didn't have the best kind of role model characteristic. I mean, yes, he was caring and loving to those who he knew, but he was the same guy who would, make love and ditch you the next day. Technically the one-night stand kind of guy. And no judgment, I'm pretty sure in every friend group, there's always a guy like that, there's the fuck boy. He can't help but be the fuck boy. And it might not be centered on anything massive like a complete heartbreak that tore him down and turned him into an absolute narcissist and woman hunter. It's just a person who likes to have fun in the moment and doesn't really want to think about the consequences afterwards or have to fast forward into the future with the prospects of being with another person. So it's understandable to that degree. Gotta give him props for how he treats and acts with people that he is actually friends with. But to the ladies that he finds attractive, I would say that he's kind of like the worst guy. What do I know? I'm the suck-up that was telling every girl that she deserved the world when some of them deserve actual dog shit. Well, Anyways, let's move on with this whole thing. Now, towards the end, Joey is met with this crazy, scary future where everything is changing and the people that he loves most are not going to be there anymore. Very sad, yet very realistic situation that I'm pretty sure a lot of us have had the opportunity to experience. It's either you're moving out, going to a new school, traveling outside the country, traveling outside the continent, traveling to a complete place where you're an absolute stranger and you have no idea what you're going to do or who you're going to trust. And that can be something that can pause you. Or even that's not even the end of the examples. It might not be you necessarily who is moving somewhere, but it actually might be the people close to you moving away, going to have different lives in different countries. And that can also be traumatizing, especially if you depend on them on a certain level. And we can all see that Joey sometimes needs his friends around him to support him in a way. I know that Chandler was actually keeping count of how much Joey owed, but it wasn't like he was trying to choke him to death so that he can get his money back. He didn't have a big deal with it because he actually understood him to a certain level and they were really good friends. So I'd say Joey has the most complex relationship with all of them. Maybe all except Monica. He and Phoebe were like really close. And I know that Phoebe said some really crazy things, but we'll talk about her when we get to her, okay? But Joey was really one that was left in the puddle in terms of how things ended in the Friends universe. Because it seems to me like he's the only one who didn't win. He's the only one that had a problem. Or he was the only one that suffered a technicality. When I watched the Friends show, in my mind, I thought it was gonna end up everyone gets a bitch, you know? Phoebe gets Joey, Monica gets Chandler, Ross gets Rachel. There's 6. It makes absolute sense. But by the end, when Phoebe marries Crapbag, I guess my schematics just fell apart. And I was like, so what's gonna happen to Joey? And that, my friends, is what I feel about Joey, the character in Friends show. Thank you guys so much for listening. I'll talk to you guys later. Until next time.